As a result of studying this section, you will know what could cause an emergency situation, know what to do when an emergency situation occurs, be able to locate all emergency valves on the actuator. Emergency steering is the same as local steering from the steering gear compartment. The operator has to push directly on the valves on the actuator and keep his eyes on the rudder angle indicator wheel on the top of the actuator. Rudder commands are to be received by phone from the bridge. Local steering can also be done from the starter cabinet's front panel. Some situations in which local steering may be necessary. Failure on the rudder or rudder indication system. Bridge out of function. Cable breakage. It is extremely important that the procedure for switching over to local steering mode is familiar and drilled, so everyone involved knows what to do. This is described in detail on the operating instruction diagram, which hangs on the bulkhead in the wheelhouse and in the steering gear compartment. You should study this operating instruction diagram on your vessel and go down to the steering gear compartment to become familiar with the emergency steering controls. The controls may vary on different types of steering gear. On the following pages you will be shown the operating instruction diagram. Click on the hotspots to read the procedures. Changeover procedure. Start or stop of pumps can be done from the bridge. Pumps are independent of each other. Pumps can operate the steering gear independently or together. Each pump has its own independent steering control circuit. Following valves have to be in open position: A, B, C, D, E, and F. Electrical or valve block failure alarm. 1. One pump in operation. 1.1.1. Start standby pump if not auto-started. 1.1.2. Stop pump with failure function. 2. 2 pumps in operation. 2.1.1. Stop pump with failure function. Caution. In some circumstances the rudder may not respond to helm, and no alarm is given. If this happens, proceed as follows. 1.2.1. Change to non-follow-up steering mode. 1.2.2. Start standby pump. 1.2.3. Stop pump with function failure. 1.2.4. Control rudder movement on the rudder indicator. 2.2.1. Switch over to non-follow-up steering mode. 2.2.2. Stop pump number 1. Control the rudder indicator. If none, go to 2.2.3. 2.2.3. Start pump number 1 again and stop pump number 2. Control the rudder movement on the rudder indicator. Steering from the steering gear compartment. Start and stop of pumps can be done in steering gear compartment. Switch off B1 and B2. A. By use of the non-follow-up switch in front of starter, or B. By activating LL or MM depending on which pump in operation. Open valve K. Valve E and F are normally open. Close valve K after refilling. The steering gear has to be refilled through one steering gear pump by using the storage tank system. Close valves A and B or C and D.